Good evening and welcome to Big Brother. I'm Julie Chen Moonves. Welcome to Double Eviction Night on our show.
That's not okay. That's not okay. We came this far. We have freaking internet.
I am freaking out.
We have the internet. We have the internet for crying out loud, guys. Like, we should have known. We should know better. Hello and good evening. It is Thursday, September 8th, 2022. A very late one here, 11 p.m. here on the East Coast, as we are covering the Double Eviction Week 9 Big Brother 24 episode here on Super Mader Brothers Podcasting, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch, or you might be listening to us in the audio version. I'm Dave Mader, joined with co-host Jaemeel Robinson to cover this episode and break down a very exciting 2 hours of an already turbulent season. Jaemeel, I got the first hour and a bit of this show before everything leading up to the Terrence eviction was kind of like, I don't know if I'm super into this episode, because it seemed like the guys were just gonna keep Michael safe to the end, and I was like, this is the stupidest, dopiest move I've ever seen. Like we were talking about it on the spoiler section last night, and then like everything seemed to come into focus, and I was like, okay, the world is not completely upside down, as of course Monty and Turner having a shot to take out Michael here, take it. And get him evicted here on this double eviction, going right out the door after Terrence, and quite the exit there for Michael. I got one thing to say, and then he just walks out the door.
Is it a top 10? Is it up there in terms of what's his name? Walking over the
Zach Rance?
No, not even Zach Rance. I'm talking about walking on the table. Just don't hug anyone, walk off the table. Mr. Victim Noises. You mean was it Cody?
The other?
Was his name Cody?
It's Cody. It's Cody. Yeah,
it's
Cody. Jessica
Cody.
Of Cody
Yes.
and Jessica fame. Yes. Yeah, like I think this is better than that, in some ways more memorable. I think that this is up there with, for me, Zach Rance, and just that this is kind of like an atypical way to go. Now we saw Terrence he just kind of got up and walked out and hugged anybody. We see that, a fair bit. It's not like that's the common thing is to hug everyone on the way out, or most people at least, and go out here. But Michael, do you feel bad for Michael tonight, Jaemeel?
No, this is the beginning of a legend, right?
Yeah.
Just like Janelle didn't win her first time. Was Michael going to win the game? He had one of two paths where he was going to be eliminated, and it was going to be a slow drum elimination, or he was going to win out, right? And this is the best scenario where, in dramatic fashion, he is eliminated. People are going to look back to this episode. He played a good comp game with sprinkles of good social, downgrading, right? But he did not play a perfect game, folks. Please don't. We're in the afterglow, right? He did not play a perfect game. He played a very great comp game, and it just goes to show you once again, you cannot win on comps alone, right?
No, you're right. If he had won tonight, I think I would have been cursing at the sky, saying, this man cannot be beat. They should have taken him out way earlier in the game when they had a chance to backdoor him or do something like that. But it came out live here. Now, Jeff Mader coming in to us live from the outdoors here.
Jeff, we have the freaking internet, okay?
We have the freaking internet. It's just, we should know better.
Yeah.
Let me play here.
That's not okay. That's not okay. We came this far. We have freaking internet. Educate yourself. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I need a break.
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. A lot of this episode, but Jeff, we're just talking about Michael's eviction here, and how this was pretty exciting, to see this all play out. And should we feel bad for Michael? Jaemeel saying no, and I gotta say that is Michael in sort of a category like Vanessa Russo, like a player who was dominated in a season that then gets cut? In this case, it's 6. But it's maybe one of the better players not to win.
He wasn't really a great social player. Let's face it. He's really good at the comps, and that's carried him, throughout this game. But yes, he was in the leftovers, but he was brought into the pound, basically. And they kind of used him because they knew he was good at comps. And that's kind of what you have to do in this Big Brother game is, see who's going to win comps, make sure you're on their good side, and then you won't be targeted. It'll be someone else.
Yeah, I think that there's always like this uneasy alliance that a lot of especially the male Big Brother players play in the seasons, especially of recent. They'll say we are the best of the competition, so there's a good chance that we'll win. So we'll at least always on the surface agree to keep each other safe and agree to work with each other, as we saw here with this alliance that seemed to form tonight. It seemed like they knew after post-Terrence, the post-Terrence world was going to be girls versus guys. That was what the narrative was on the episode tonight that we were getting. That Michael and Brittany were no longer together, and this was going to be like Brittany and Taylor and Alyssa versus Turner and Monty and Michael, or at least that's what the guys were at least cooking up in their minds, because the girls have been talking about making an alliance. We talked about this in the spoilers, but then ultimately Turner and Monty are the ones who take the shot here at Michael and take him out. And as they were spinning this all up tonight, Jeff, I was just going when they finally had the shot to take, when Monty won especially when Monty won the veto, I was like, they can't not take Michael out in a double eviction, right? They can't not take him out.
I think Turner I think he was genuine. I don't think he wanted to do the plan where it was Monty, Michael, Turner at the end.
I agree. I think that Monty was Monty is the reason that Michael has been evicted here. Yeah. More than anybody. Turner just didn't want to fight Monty on it. I think because at the end of the day, he held Monty higher in his rankings or whatever. But
can I
go ahead.
Okay. Jaemeel?
So funny thing that was happening this week is that Monty has been Taylor's been pushing Monty that we have to, when we get a chance, we have to take Michael out. We have to take Michael out. And Monty was in a flip to what it was weeks ago, was like, well, there's a time and place, and it might not be now. And then Taylor was like, wait a second. You're telling me all the grief that you were giving me weeks ago about you need to recognize the situation. Michael, if we don't get a chance to take out Michael and we don't take it immediately, we're going to get screwed in the end. And you were saying, wait to win on the right moment. Now it's flipped. Right? So Taylor was pushing Monty heavy this week regarding Michael. So I just want to let that be out there in the air. At the same time, there's a big difference between saying stuff and doing stuff, and Monty did it, right? Monty was busting.
Turner
and did it. He was
Monty
busting. Mega busting.
They maybe super busting.
Mega busting.
Super mega busting. He put super mega busting though as the as the
ultimate that's the top, that's
super mega bussin'.
Yeah, bussin', gas, so sick, mid.
That was so sick, it was disgusting.
It was disgusting. It was mid. I don't get mid. It's mid.
Oh,
I guess it's
dude. Mid is something that is used a lot online. Mid is like mediocre,
Oh, mid
pack.
Yeah,
it's mid at best.
So it's kind of, but it's dismissive. It's not a complimentary at any rate.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
But
Terrence's gameplay this year was mid.
But what's just below bus and gas? That's gas.
I'm surprised. Where was fire? Or
yeah, that's facts. That's the other one. It was said a lot tonight. Was Turner with his. That's facts.
That's facts.
Michael goes out in the double eviction. That's facts.
Facts.
That's facts.
Okay, guys, what did you make of the whole Michael spewing out and Brittany on the block? And can we talk about that? Because that's the elephant in the room.
Is that one of the clips you sent me, Jaemeel, or what?
No, like that later part. I'm still working on it.
Okay, no problem. But
trying to
yeah,
make a
I know
supercut
it's harder to do a show right after.
I'm trying to do a supercut of Brittany just looking distraught and just breaking down piece by piece.
I'll see if I can find it in the
It
episode.
was such great television. I have to say, besides there was a million commercials. I couldn't believe how many commercials there were.
Yeah,
it was more commercial than there was show.
That allowed me to catch up, which was a good thing because I started late on watching it. But yeah, like it was.
Anyway, Dave, the whole thing here with this veto, where Monty wins it, and then he decides to do this plan, and then to watch Brittany on the block.
Well, after Michael's speech, yeah. So what Michael's speech was like, he made it. It was like it was his like deposition. It was like he was in court, Jeff, and he was going up against those jurors. Like some of the looks here on Brittany, you can't. Like
they are.
Like she talked about earlier in the episode, like, oh, I wish I could get. It's such like a quick moment where she like looks up at him. It's like the most disgusted look.
It's TV gold.
Yeah, it's sorry. It's I just gotta bring it in here. Just a quick moment.
Watching her face was, it was boring up until the point when Michael got put on the block. I was like, once Monty said he was gonna do it to Alyssa, I was like, oh shit! I was like, I couldn't believe it. He's doing it, you know.
He's doing it. Here. Yeah, there we go. Oh my god, here's one. Like it was just. Did you what? Okay, like did it feel like there was no joy in her staying tonight? Right in this double eviction, because like that's what all I could feel for Brittany was like she loses either way. She like Michael gets voted out here, but she stays, but it's like it's no good. And Michael like threw her under the bus.
Put way too much stock in Michael always being there. All of her endgame plans was, well, Michael's going to be here, right? Especially this week. And for it to all come to an end and her basically to just have to survive on her own, it's great, right? It's so great.
Too many commercials.
Commercials was insanity.
Yeah. It was a lot of commercials, but, you know. That was dinner time too, so that helped for me. Yeah, so Brittany here. Oh my god, like she doesn't know how to play this game without Michael now, right? Like what happened? Like, oh, you know, she just like looks at Michael after his speech, and she doesn't know what to do. She's just like, oh no. Coming here from Mary, wouldn't it have been fun if Taylor and Alyssa would have saved Michael? I would have died. Like. Taylor and Alyssa had like in the vote. You mean? Were you surprised? I thought there was a chance that Taylor might vote to save Michael here in this, but obviously that didn't happen here. She says, you know, something's come before friendship, and that's $750,000. Taylor says here, Jaemeel. You know,
she's right like, in this game, definitely.
Yeah, you heard some things also, like. In like as they were coming out the live show, and you could hear like when they were coming back after Michael had already been put on the block, and like Michael was, it sounded like he was yelling, like how could
they were using LGBTQ stuff like against each other.
Yeah, like how could you do this to me, Turner?
I'm working on it. I am fast at work on it. I'll see if I can get it to you in a bit, but I'm putting a compilation together of him being put on the block, and then of all the different LGBTQ stuff at the same time.
Yeah, like I don't even understand what, like I don't know. I can understand using it as a strategy, but if you really believe that, I can't.
I just thought everything about Michael, the way he was put on the block, the way he reacted, the stuff he said, he went right back to the tool shed and started using some weapons, and then he plays that, oh, I have something to say, sit down, and then he walks out, and just like everything about him said, you know, to me it just is not classy, you know. He's you know, like,
well, what did you make of that whole segment tonight where like they were like talking about who could be lying about their job, right? You know, and they kind of look over at Michael, and Monty says, Michael, I don't think he's really an escape room designer or whatever he claims to be.
right.
You know, and Tarrant says he acts like he's from an upper echelons of society.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a little bit entitled maybe, or a little bit like, I don't know, self-righteous. I'm not sure, but
yeah. Well, like, we would say like his social game has been good, but Jameel's always been kind of like putting the brakes on that and saying, well, like maybe on the show it appears as such, but like in the reality of the live feeds, Michael's not necessarily that. He's a little bit awkward socially in some ways, right? He gets along with people, but he also, you know, we saw how he handled this Kyle thing, and I think that partly was just his own personality, you know, and how he thought this, which obviously I don't think it was the right way to handle it, you know. Largely, I think, like, even though and okay, let's start with that jury house as well, because that was a big moment tonight, guys. Like, as we saw, we hadn't seen this yet, they've been saving it. Indy comes in here, and you know, she's living in the house for a week by herself basically, and then Jasmine and Joseph come along, and you know, I think Indy's quite happy about that. Joseph seemed to be in good spirits overall, you know. One thing with Jasmine was she was wearing heels but also still limping, you know, about her ankle, you know. So I'm
still playing the character, Dave. Still playing the character.
The character of Jasmine on Big Brother just has a limp, right? Is that how it is?
Yeah,
okay.
On finale night, like right after the confetti drop.
Yeah, she will need like a cane or something on finale night, right?
She'll toss that shit aside,
but only when the cameras are on.
And then she'll start doing like a little like a dance, you know?
Right. Yeah, like so. Jasmine always an interesting character. Okay, what did you make of the Kyle segment though? When Kyle joins the jury house tonight, and how the jurors reacted to it. Let's, you know, I guess we'll maybe even start on. Joseph had maybe the most verbal reaction at first, and Jasmine's like, "I don't even talk game to Monty," and then and Indy was fuming. Indy was hot about this whole thing.
Because it didn't make any sense to her. She's like, wait, what? And like, it's like, I don't work with these people. What are you talking about?
Right. Well, that's why it's every time it's ever pitched, everyone's just like, what are you talking about, Kyle? Like, this is the stupidest theory you could have possibly had.
Yeah.
And the more like, you know.
It's watching their reaction when they mention it, when he's like mentioning all the people, and then it gets like Indy, and she's like, wait, what? Like, me? What?
Me? I thought it was white.
I think that's maybe why she got so mad. She was offended.
Yeah, well, there was something. Like, she was like, do you not know what Brazilians are?
It's like, I'm not black.
Our family's from Argentina.
Yeah, just like as Kyle explains it, and then they're just like, and Jasmine in particular is going on for a while at him, and he's just like, oh man.
So wait, I don't understand the presentation of Kyle, because everyone is wearing, like, when they come into the house, they're wearing something that, like, you know, they're not, you know, in the basement chilling.
You're right. This is on purpose.
This was put together. This is a little bit like, this is Jesus of Nazareth coming in his cloths to humble himself, you know, like, because in any other way he would be wearing something with a little bit more color. This is PR 101.
Yeah, right, this is character rebuild. It's like the opposite of character assassination, if you will.
Like a video game, you break them down to just the gray T-shirt. You know.
Yeah. Right. Like Joseph's got some looks on him here.
I thought they reacted a little bit like it was a little over the top, and I think it was because it was a TV jury segment. You know,
right? Well, they're all trying to like Well, Kyle was like, I have to explain this to you sooner or later. I as well get it out right away,
Right.
because they couldn't figure out why he's there. They're like, how did you come here on Turner's HOH? This doesn't make any sense. You and Turner were tight, right? And he has to explain, well, it was a race thing, and then I was thinking there was a cookout, and then they're just, but I think Joseph, similar to Monty, was just like, what the hell, man? Like, we were all supposed to be bros, and you're completely an idiot about the whole thing in their mind, right? That's how they see it. And and I think they in their examples they have a good point. I think Jasmine and Indy were never really working with. Well, they thought they were. They thought they were in the five swatters with Kyle or whatever. But I get, I don't know. It's kind of like Kyle. The case of Kyle. I'm over it, but
he thought too much for his own good. He got way too paranoid. He started thinking about all sorts of crazy alliances that didn't exist, and then he was verbalizing it, which he shouldn't have done.
Right. But ultimately, the legacy too is how Michael and Brittany sat on the information until Kyle pissed them off enough to use it.
Well, that's to me the craziest thing about. I'm so happy tonight that Michael got evicted because I think he deserved it. I think
this was kind of the karma, the way that he handled the Kyle thing, and the fact that Kyle was such a major focus tonight in this jury segment is kind of poetic.
No, I was really happy to see Michael go home because he was winning everything. He had a good standing in the house, and he went after Kyle in a way that was cutthroat. Really, I mean, it's a good way to describe it. So for me, I think he didn't play Big Brother the right way. I think he went over the top.
Over the top, too ruthless, and the way that the thing was interesting about his.
I gotta step in. I disagree.
Okay, go ahead.
I think he didn't play consistently. If he was cutthroat the entire way, that's one thing. But you can't be on your high ground, your moral high ground, and then all of a sudden do something cutthroat, right? And then expect your hands to be clean afterwards, and for people not to look at you a certain way, right? So that's one of the issues I had with his social game specifically. And I mentioned it last episode where anytime he had power, he was always pussyfooting around. And then when he wasn't in power, he's always trying to push an agenda on, right? And it's why aren't you that bold when you have power? No, you just want to backseat HOH.
Yeah. That's true.
Okay. I just wanted to also bring up that segment on the show where it's kind of random, but it was Alyssa in the fact that she had a bedroom when she was a kid that was had a hammock in it and made a sand on the floor.
She's a rich girl from Florida.
That didn't surprise me one bit.
She's from Siesta Key, right? And she's everyone's just like, what are you talking about? We also get Michael grew up in a house, Jeff, where he wasn't even allowed to hang a picture on the wall.
Right.
And this idea that Alyssa had a bedroom that had sand all over it. And then I think it was Brittany in the diary room was sand gets everywhere. Where's that on the sound?
Horse and it's rough.
It's horse and it's rough and it's it gets everywhere. It's just like Anakin Skywalker. Brittany was not for it. And so they got her this room and she would fall out of the hammock. And then Alyssa's mom would go, "What? What's going on?" And that was the funny story.
Terrible idea to put sand. You didn't mention it. No.
It's a terrible idea for sure. It's a Florida, maybe in a Florida house is the only place you could try it. If it's already on the beach. That's the only thing I can think.
No, it's a terrible idea anywhere. I don't care. No. The only
sand
reason
does not belong in indoor places, right?
The only way sand is appearing in someone's bedroom is if your bedroom is on the beach, literally, and there's an open door and sand flies through. You do not want it.
If it's in a vase,
Or in a vase. It's so dumb.
Yeah. Is there anything on the Terrence eviction itself, like the Terrence and Alyssa of things that you guys wanted to speak to?
Yeah, I just felt sad the whole. I was just like, Terrence, you're so bad at Big Brother. You just don't really know what you're doing, and you've been in that house for so long. It's amazing you got this far. That's how I felt the whole time. Alyssa too. I felt the same way about her, but like they just decided to evict Terrence over Alyssa. You know, it's interesting. Michael had HOH power going into tonight. He got his target out, Terrence, and then boom, he's out.
Brittany was telling him, take a shot at Monty. or
Turner. And he's like, no.
That's what that cost him the game. I agree.
And he didn't want to listen, right? So Michael, a very arrogant player, I think, ultimately. Thought he was smarter than everyone else. Maybe that was his Achilles heel.
He would win. Now that he could play every veto, he could win every veto. Guess what? You lost.
Mary Bass doesn't feel sorry for Kyle one bit. Well, I don't blame you, Mary. It could have been worse. Just my thoughts. Like in terms of like what could have been worse, I wonder.
The reaction, maybe, yeah.
I guess, like for sure. Like I don't feel that bad for Kyle. Kyle's an idiot. Like let's face it.
Yeah,
but
you know what? The thing is, David, he is like a sheltered kid. Like he's from Utah. He is 29. I shouldn't call him a kid.
Yeah.
Like
having babies with Alyssa, they're not going to know that if Greece is a country or not. It's like it's just
they're procreating, Jeff.
They're procreating. They're making the world dumber. I'm concerned. I'm concerned about all of this, quite frankly.
It is a concerning notion.
But at least he's willing to learn, so I guess that's a positive thing.
Yeah, like,
yes, PR told him, come on.
He made a mistake. He made a mistake, and he's like, like at least he's not like being arrogant about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like.
No, I guess he could be doubling down and being a dick about it, right? That's the other way to go, or just like completely be unapologetic about things. But yeah, like it was something else. Another moment in the show, guys.
It's the end of the world. That's all. I think it's addressed. They dealt with it. Move on, like Indy said in the episode.
Yeah, like there was this whole the other thing too is like when Terrence got evicted tonight. There was like they went to eavesdrop on the house guests as his picture was turning gray, and it was like a long time that they were listening in on them, right? And it was like longer than normal, I thought. And it was all about like Michael's like, well, I guess we'll probably start the competition for the show because they're saying like this isn't a double, and then they'll say tune in Sunday, and they were kind of like pretending like they were the announcer or whatever.
Yeah.
But we all know there was going to be a double, right? And so it was kind of like I think they were just like, this is too good. We have to listen to them talk about how they don't see this coming and how cool it's going to be when we announce the double. And I think it kind of paid off,
Yeah, for them, yeah, I agree. For the producers, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just about Terrence's exit interview tonight, where he was like, they said, who do you like? Who was your ride or dies, or who? He said that Nicole and Daniel were his people, the people that he missed the most.
Sure, they were.
Where was he theirs?
No, I didn't care about Terrence.
Terrence, why do you think he said these things, Jaemeel? He's just like a man lost in the world, doesn't know what was going on.
The man is lost, and who did he say he wanted to get out?
Taylor,
right?
But I was like, she picked you to play in the veto, or you picked her to play in the veto,
because and I'm not too happy with how light-handed Julie was with Terrence, right? Because Terrence had some things that he needed to talk to as well, the stuff that he was saying, and he had to get one last dig in on Taylor as well, So
the week he had power, showed me what Terrence, how he plays Big Brother, and it's awful. He gets information, he blows it up. He doesn't care. He has no real understanding of. That's why no one trusts him. He's not trustworthy within the house as far as information goes, because he's oblivious.
Right, and they don't know how to make him unoblivious, right? Like,
like he's just a straight shooter, and he's like, I'm doing this, and I don't care what you say, and so like that's why he got evicted here. He never adapted to the game,
right? But if Michael had kept him in the game, would he? Yeah, would he still be here?
Yeah, probably.
Well, like let's say, okay, they evict Alyssa instead. Terrence is still there. Is anything different in how tonight plays out?
I don't know. Probably not.
Terrence is not going to win that competition.
No. He puts blue for everything. Showtime.
Yeah, showtime. This is all about DJ Snowtime, of course, with ice water in his veins.
Brittany and Taylor and Monty were all close to winning that comp.
I knew Turner. I said it before, like when I was watching. I was like, Turner's going to win it because I'm like, he's good at all sorts of weird skills. I'm like, he's going to have a good memory.
Supposedly, he has a photographic memory.
Yeah,
guys, I
6 out of 7.
I sucked at this. Like, I was trying to play along during the show. They were like blue, green, pink, duh. And by the time they got to the 8th color, I can't remember what the first 3 were anymore. And then they go, what was the second least color shown or something? And you're like, what? Like, how does anyone? And they're all good at this, mostly. Although, of course, Turner and Monty seem to be a little bit better than the others, although it was kind of a back and forth battle. I thought it was a fun enough one on the show tonight. Like it was like Turner was going to those beats. He was like boom, 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 really enjoying it at times.
Yep.
But like if Terrence wouldn't necessarily have done that well at this, right?
No, it would have been awful.
But he's DJ Showtime. It was like a DJ thing.
He would have made Alyssa feel good though.
Yeah.
This was one of my favorite moments tonight, where all the girls picked red and all the boys picked blue.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, what are the chances?
And it was red. That was the one answer.
That was the one. That was the one where the girls got it right. Yeah.
That's the only one Turner got wrong.
Yes, that was the only one Turner got wrong, and Monty only got 2 wrong.
Yeah.
Look at a screenshot of that. It's a cool screenshot. That's a good thumbnail, I think. Maybe the episode tonight. Anyway, and then the competition, the veto competition itself, guys. Because ultimately, okay, like we've kind of glazed over it, but Turner ultimately he initially puts up Alyssa and Brittany, right? And Brittany's just dying right away because even before this whole Michael backdoor thing or whatever happens here, it's not a backdoor because he played in the veto, but it's just like Brittany was already like couldn't believe it. She's like, I told Michael he had to go after Turner. I told him, and then Turner wins this and puts me up in this, and and I think Brittany's of course disappointed she didn't win this HOH in the first place. Do you feel like I'm sure on Sunday we're gonna get a lot of clips, guys, about what this double was and how it was all playing out and what was said in these different meetings. But it was like one thing I thought was really interesting about when after Turner wins the HOH tonight, and then he's like receiving people in the room. Like so, initially he's talking to Alyssa. I think he's like, "I'm gonna have to put you up, but don't worry, there's." And I don't know if he was sincere with Alyssa. I think he was like bullshitting her, quite frankly, in that moment. But then in the next moment, Brittany comes in and he goes, I don't trust anybody. What should I do? Right. And I was like, that's just lying, Turner. Turner just acts like, his thing with Brittany is very different than it is with Alyssa. That was kind of just interesting to see it play out in sort of that quick little moment in passing.
Well, okay, Turner, it felt like throughout the episode, Dave, that Turner wanted the original plan, which was to go with Michael and Monty, which was to get Brittany out, the next week, right? That way Michael wouldn't have to get Brittany out. They explained that in the episode, right? But then Monty was like, fuck that, Monty threw a curveball, and then Turner just went with it. But I think Turner was totally, like, you could tell by his nominations,
Well, yeah, like I don't think this was. I don't think Turner was intending for Michael to go out here.
He wanted Brittany to go home.
Yeah, I think Brittany was his plan here because Brittany, I think he knew one way or the other. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jaemeel, that he knew that Brittany had been campaigning against him, right? To Michael.
Yeah, Brittany's game pretty much got blown up by Brittany and by everyone for the most part. So, yeah, Brittany exposed the All Girls Alliance.
Girls.
The
Girls revival.
And then the men had a gentleman's agreement.
Which didn't last. It was a complete waste of time, but it was interesting for this 2-hour episode.
So Turner and Monty spent a lot of time trying to verify the existence of the girls, and Taylor is like, yeah, Alyssa's trying to bring that up, right? And Monty didn't want to get rid of Taylor because Taylor was still giving him information and still pushing for the three of them, Brittany, Taylor, and Monty, to be final three, right? Monty was the one who was saying Michael was going to be final four, which Taylor was like, wait, what? I thought we were trying to get rid of him as soon as possible. Anyways, but everyone knew what Brittany was doing, and Brittany kind of Brittany has here. She's guaranteed now to have a second place worthy game because
maybe there will be like a revival of Brittany here, and in the final five, she's going to come alive. Like, okay, guys, this final five now is kind of really interesting to me because, like, I don't feel like there's that. Turner's the front runner, I think, but like, you know, I don't think by a lot.
Monty.
Now it's because is Monty going to get credit for this move on Michael? I know he deserves to, but will he get the credit? In like,
I think he will. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Guys, what did you think about the actual veto competition itself? This one where they had to kind of go around the
Survivor-esque.
Survivor-esque. Yeah.
It reminded me of Big Brother Australia.
Oh, well, that's a compliment.
Right. And it made me think, oh, maybe Michael won't crush this and beat everybody. And I was watching, I was like, oh, he is going really fast. But then he, like, you know what, the one thing Monty did, he never raced out to see how long his rope was. He just kept doing his thing. And that's why he won.
Yeah, like Michael tried to go too many times, right? He was desperate to win this veto. He had to win this veto. But he didn't win this veto. Ultimately, Monty wins it, but it was close. I felt like Taylor was going to come close a few times here. Brittany never really seemed to be in the fight. Like, what happened with Michael that time that he okay, and the other thing too, guys, was just like this whole thing that they gave us, like the split screen. Like, it was kind of cool to see on the TV show, I thought, in some ways. But on the other hand, like, it was really hard to tell who was in the lead, if anybody.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Like, did you guys understand who was doing better? I could tell Brittany was not.
I thought it was Taylor and Michael that were neck and neck, and then all of a sudden I put my eyes away, and then it's like, I'm like, wait, Monty, way to go!
Yeah, Monty,
Turner and Michael to me were in a race with each other.
Yeah, Alyssa was like at one point looked like she was going to be able to maybe do it, right? But they kept like, it was like, how much do I need to do? And like, you know, and Turner, I thought he didn't have that much left on his rope.
No.
Like, him and Monty were actually the neck and neck right here at the end, and then Monty then is able to get the, like, when they both go for it, they both bounce back, and then and Michael was just like, you know, for a guy who was so close, it seemed like early, you know, and I think Michael no, he wouldn't have made it. You see, he gets pulled back here, right here where Monty wins. Sorry, I know you guys can't see what I'm saying, but right when Michael tried to go for it when Monty did, but he wouldn't have made it. He got pulled back, so Michael still didn't have enough slack. So the 2 or 3 times that Michael went before that, he really wasn't close. But there was that one time, the first time I think he ran, and he like almost got snapped back so hard, and like did the thing like detach from the rope or something? Did you guys notice that?
I don't know. It looked like something happened. You're right, though.
Yeah. Oh, I thought so. Anyway, so then Monty is talking to Alyssa first. He's like, I'm taking you down. We're taking out Michael. We're going to be getting Michael out. Don't tell anybody. Then like Turner comes in next and he was like, we have to do it. And I was like, you have to get Turner to cooperate with this plan. Right. So, I guess if Turner had said no to Monty, what would Monty done?
Well, Turner would have had to have put up Taylor.
And Monty doesn't want that, but it's not the. But does he want to keep Taylor over Alyssa? I think yes, right. So then he doesn't use the veto if on Alyssa here if Turner doesn't agree. So really, like Turner and Monty do deserve. They both had to turn their keys for this plan to work.
Right.
Right. And so, but Monty is ultimately going to get the credit. We're saying here, like we think he's going to get all the.
He kind of, I think, because I don't think Turner wanted to do it initially.
Right. How do you think Michael is going to talk about this in the jury house when he gets there? Like, who took him out? How was he taken out? Who backstabbed him?
He'll say Monty and Turner because he said it in his speech that they,
Right. Did you think his argument in his speech where he was like to Taylor and to I guess it was Taylor and Alyssa, like that you guys won't get any credit for this. You won't get any credit for voting me out here, getting me out. So don't bother. Keep me around and I'll take these guys out. But like if you're whether you're Taylor or Alyssa.
By the way, so patronizing, like you guys suck.
Yeah,
these
you
guys
need me.
You need me because I'm great and I can beat these other guys that are, getting you to vote me out, even though you're not going to get any credit. It's like completely.
Yeah, I will drag you to second place.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound nice?
Does that sound nice? Don't you have to be ruler of the world?
The mother of the ruler of the world? No, it sounds the worst. Yeah. And we come back here. Yeah, and just like. Have you ever seen two sadder people on the block together? This is.
It looks like a marriage, couple counsel gone wrong. Like it looks rough.
This is rough. This is rough. Like these are two people not on good terms right now. Not feeling the love at the moment. Yeah. No. I seeing Michael handle this in such an unclassy way. Was something else. Like I think it kind of showed his true colors. Okay, like come on, like he even said he didn't want to go to the jury house. He's like, I don't want to go to the jury house. You're like screw you, Michael.
He did look. He wasn't like ending it where he was going to try to leave the game.
Well, that's the vibe I was getting.
I think he was trying to do everything he could to stay in the game. Whatever type of underhanded machinations, play on anyone's thought process, like. Could it have worked on Alyssa? Wouldn't surprise me one bit. Surprise me one bit.
To be backdoored on a double eviction might be the worst way to go in Big Brother, like so.
Is it the worst? I think it's a spectacular way to go.
You have no chance of negotiating your safety.
Right. Michael says here when he goes out and talks to Julie, he says that, I do regret having to like really throw Brittany under the bus, but I would regret it forever if I didn't try. Because his dream was to play Big Brother and he played it. And if this is his one chance to stay and like it means he has to take down Brittany here or say something not nice about Brittany, then so be it. It's just a TV show. Do you agree with that? Or do you think Brittany will? Oh, okay. Better question. Will Brittany agree with that? Jaemeel?
Sorry?
Oh.
Repeat it one time.
Just how do you think Brittany's gonna? Do you think that Michael and how is Brittany gonna feel about how Michael handled this?
Oh, she's gonna be distraught, but this is where she has to figure out exactly what she wants. Does she want to try and win, or she's gonna lay down and die? And if she makes it to the end, I think she has a good case to win, especially if she wins out or wins a couple. When a lot of the arguments against her was it was just Michael and you were the sidekick, right? she can say, look, Michael, I told you what you're supposed to do. You didn't do it, right? And what happened? Next time double eviction came around, you were gone. And then when you were gone and I was by myself, I had to, depend on my own to make my way in this game. I wasn't carried, especially if she wins, mind you. I wasn't carried, and I made it to the end. That's a pretty good case.
Yeah. Michael's almost crying here on the exit here.
Well, yeah. Look,
you feel for him?
I do. I'm not saying my situation is comparable, but I have been on a game show, and when you think that you have it, right, and then it's slipping through your fingers, you're like, you're like mad at the situation that you're in. You're mad at yourself for putting yourself in the situation. Like, you're at the same time, you also kind of contemplate, what could I have done differently to I was just there. I had it won. And I'm pretty sure he thought that the hubris that he had was very evident. And, that's how it comes. He's going to come back, and I'm sure he's going to, sand over a lot of the rough parts about his game. But I think he will be just like Janelle in terms of people will he will be the stuff of legends. A lot of the stuff that he did wrong are going to be forgotten, and he'll never win, but he will be, held in high regard.
Yeah, he was looking close. Like, if a few things go differently here tonight, and he wins his veto tonight, he's almost certainly going to win.
He plays in every competition for the rest of the game.
Yeah. Do you think he'll play again?
He'll never win, though. He'll never
win. Well, even in an all winners or a lot of winners,
he'll never win.
Why do you think so?
Same reason why Janelle will never sniff an end game, right? Because people know better. They're like, we can't let people who can go on a run get to the end, and he doesn't have the social ability to kind of cement himself to last. Cody at the very least was able to get a group of people in All Stars to kind of make it to the end. Do you think that Michael is charismatic enough to do that?
Cody's all White Alliance back in Big Brother 22 that everyone's forgotten about now.
But he's not charismatic enough. He does not, and it's not like he's gonna read some books and it's just not him, right? And he's never gonna win. But you know what? That's not the worst thing. He will do well. He's gonna be okay.
Do we have anything on the spoiler side of things to get into, Jaemeel?
They're not doing HOH tonight.
No, okay. It's not unheard of, but I don't think. Yeah,
I have not looked.
Sunday, guys, is gonna be on late. I heard it's not even gonna air till 10.
Stupid football. Okay, screw
NFL
football.
Is so. If we lived on the West Coast, it wouldn't bother us apparently, but apparently it's. So what does that mean? The show doesn't air till 10.
What? No, it starts at 8:30. Isn't it?
What? No, it's on late on Sunday, I think.
But isn't that saying 8:30?
I don't know. What Julie said didn't really make sense compared to what I saw come up earlier in the episode.
We'll just check our local.
Yeah, Jane pointed it out to me at one point.
Jane coming in clutch once again.
Clutch. What am I doing here?
Okay,
I'm just updating our draft, guys. I'm just gonna do a quick draft update then, before we sign off here.
I did not think I was gonna survive this week, and
on the draft side of things,
I thought I was gonna lose someone, and I didn't.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So. I have to update two people here, right? Because it's also parents that got put out here, guys. Sorry, it's a late night, everybody.
Yeah.
The brain doesn't work as well under these conditions. So Terrence is 9th evicted, 5th juror. What's day today?
Today is the 9th. Oh, sorry, the 8th. It was the 8th. Right now it's the 9th.
Sorry, I mean in Big Brother 24 days.
Day 62.
Today was day 65, guys. Day 65.
Okay.
So and Michael being the other one. Let's see, is the 10th. No, I guess Terrence is the 8th and Michael's the 9th.
Yep.
Oh.
All well.
8th and 9th, and
okay, let me
5th.
make those and B logo.
That's something you want to show?
Me, I put a supercut of Turner speech, Michael's Turner speech plus the coming back from commercial LGBT talk, and then Michael's speech.
Okay. Oh, I didn't play all your sound clips you've already sent me. Let's see.
You've been up there 4 times?
4 times on eviction night.
So you've had to pack your suitcase 4 times?
Yeah.
You had to pack your suitcase 4 times.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
You didn't realize that she was up that many times.
Yeah,
It was just
okay.
it was just laughable.
Okay, like I don't get this, Alyssa. You know, I'm worried about her.
You have bussin', gas, sick, mid, ass, and at the bottom, dis.
Yeah.
That's not okay. That's not okay. We came this far. We have freaking internet. Like, educate yourself. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Can I have? I need.
What's this one?
Really hope that when everything's over, I don't get to see her face anymore in my whole
Oh,
entire
Brittany,
life.
she never wants to see Brittany's face again.
I really don't trust Brittany.
Which I'm like, wait, you still have a whole bunch of stuff that you guys have to do.
Yeah.
The next
If
one.
you're in the room when things happen and you don't stand up for people, that means you're just as much as part of it. And I'm sorry. Like I always used to say, if somebody came back to me and said, oh, Joseph said something about me, well, I'm more concerned about the people he was saying it to, because why were you so comfortable to listen to it? That's how I feel.
So this is hypocrisy at its best, because all y'all were talking about Taylor and all y'all felt comfortable in that room to not say anything. So what are you talking about, Jasmine?
Jasmine doesn't know what she's talking about. But
She
Jasmine
doesn't
was
know what
like,
you're talking about.
"Can I have a big moment on this show? Is that what I get to have right now?" Okay,
Yes.
great. Right.
If you want Michael's speech, I can get you that in a second.
Okay. Well, while you're looking up that, let's just quickly update our draft here. As Terrence is knocked off the board here, guys. Terrence went 15th overall in our draft, so he wasn't exactly. We didn't have high hopes for him coming into this. He went right above Kyle. So Amanda is officially out of our draft, Jeff. Just so you know.
Yep. Yeah.
And Amanda knows now.
Good choice, though. Good choice.
And of course, Michael goes out here today as well. The last member of Team Jen after Paloma went out early. So Jen is officially out. Jaemeel, you're still strong with Taylor and Alyssa.
Who would have thought?
In the final 5. You have 2 of the final 5 here.
That's ridiculous.
Sean has Brittany. I have Monty. And are we forgetting? Oh, and Jane has Turner. So, yes.
If I somehow win, I don't know. I don't know.
You have a 2 in 5 chance. You have a better chance than anybody else, but
those 2 and 5 are Alyssa and Taylor.
Yeah. If you had to predict, but who do you predict is the most Jeff? Of those 5, of the final 5, how do you like all the respective chances of winning? Is there anybody you're sort of ruling out? Is Alyssa one of them?
I would say to Turner and Monty, it's their game to lose, right? I'd say between those 2 guys, I don't know quite sure who has the edge yet. But Brittany ain't winning. Alyssa ain't winning. Taylor could win. Yeah.
Taylor could win. But if Taylor's okay, if it's Taylor and Turner at the end, who wins?
Taylor could win there,
It depends on how she got there.
Yeah.
Taylor and Turner at the end?
And then Taylor
Sorry,
Monty,
Taylor and Monty Taylor. Taylor and Monty Taylor.
all three of those people can win, but I don't think Alyssa or Brittany can win.
Yeah. Alyssa can't win. Brittany, maybe. What if Brittany takes herself there? What if she wins the final HOH or something, and she's
Oh, well, then that's a different story, I guess. But still, I don't think she would.
a comeback story for Brittany? You know, I haven't minded Brittany as a character on the show at all. I thought she's been kind of interesting, although I don't necessarily think she's the best strategist all the time. Right. I don't have the thing with her about the like Indy does.
I did not know I had crazy eyes.
You do.
My strategy for this competition is not die.
I'm sorry.
It's good, the strategy.
The more you listen to the sound of my voice, the safer you feel.
Do I?
And now I'd like you to imagine that you're at the top of a beautiful staircase. Be there now in your safe place.
Until I push you down it.
All right. I think we actually might put Jeff into a hypnosis there, if not a trance. So, guys, Jaemeel, is there anything else you wanted to show us? Anything else before we wrap up?
No, I sent you. Check our socials. You'll see. We'll see if I can put up some clips.
Okay, well, give me a second. You guys talk some of yourselves.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff, best episode of the season?
It was the best last part. Like the last half hour was awesome.
Oh, I like this episode a lot. I liked it.
Very boring shit for me during the first hour.
Ooh, so you were discussing. Definitely discussing.
Yeah, well, just for the first hour, and then Terrence got evicted, and then after that, it got much better.
Okay, I really like this episode. I'm looking for. We'll see how our next HOH. Do you have a prediction for our next HOH? What is the competition and who wins it?
I mean, I can see Monty winning for sure.
That'll be interesting. Does he put up Brittany and Alyssa?
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see. I really hope. I hope Taylor wins. I hope Taylor wins because she would put up Alyssa and Brittany. Or sorry, yeah. Alyssa should put up Turner and Alyssa, I believe, or Turner and Monty.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Okay, so just to do you want me to play 7 or 8 first?
Oh, just play 8. Wait, hold on. So 7 is the entire sequence. So that is Turner's speech, the LGBT from commercial, plus it is Michael's speech.
All right, let's have a listen.
To anyone who this affects, I'm very sorry. I have to open up first place. Michael, I love you, dude. Only LGBTQ member in this house alongside me. I love you, but I'm so sorry. I have to open up first place.
I would never take up the LGBT person.
That was my
plan.
Don't
House guests.
That was my plan. I did not.
We need to begin.
What is Turner says? Don't use that as manipulation.
Alyssa, Taylor, this move to take me out is Monty and Turner's move. This is going on their resume. Even if you are votes, the jury will not see this as your move. Take that away from them. Keep me in the house so I can put them on the block. Taylor, I have never put you on the block. Alyssa, I know after the leftovers blew up, you're at the bottom of this house. You need me. Brittany has leaked a lot of information this week. Everyone knows it. About a final 2 with you, a final 2 with you, a final 3 with you. She has said a lot to a lot of people. I have played this game with my cards close to my chest because I stick my neck out for the people that I care about. I will stick my neck out for you. I will stick my neck out for you. You are 2 votes. Turner can't play in the next HOH. It can be 3-on-1, and we can take this thing to the end. Please take this opportunity to make a move for yourselves. Do not give them something to put on their resume for them to keep winning comps because they're taking me out as a comp threat. They see you as a jury threat and you as a jury threat. You are the next 2 to go. They will take Brittany. Please keep me in this game. You need me. I will come after them.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought he went too long. I think that Julie should have cut him off sooner, quite frankly.
Well, she was loving this. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I guess.
Watched 30 commercials in a row, Dave. So.
She's like, wait, there's no shout outs? This is great.
Yeah, no shout out. Just Michael basically he was given like an opening statement like he was in a courtroom, right? And he like they're like, so you run an escape room, you do, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this kind of I think is a symptom of everything with Michael, where he is a smart guy. Clearly, he's obviously good at things, but he lacks a sort of awareness. Well, you know, he thinks he's so much better and greater than everybody else, and he is in many respects, but he's not in all ways, and he doesn't seem to have a good sense of like being self-aware about that. You know, like it's obviously what took him down here, because he was just like, I will save you, pitiful people, from your thing. He got the ego that's beating this Janelle's record. I think also probably didn't help matters, but I think intrinsically this is kind of who he was always coming in, especially in how he wanted to play this.
Yeah.
Anyway, what a ride, Michael, and how interesting this is going to be. It's almost like, is Brittany going to win? Probably not. Monty or Turner? I hope it's Monty. I have him in the draft. It's looking good for me. Even though he's been boring, even though Zingbot doesn't like him and all that thing, you know.
Monty!
Oh boy.
I hear you're good at impressions. In fact, I've been working on my Monty impression. Are you ready?
I'm Monty, and I'm so boring.
Yeah. So boring.
I love the zing after that one because
zing
comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, and is it really a zing? A zing's like when you make like a quick jab, like a quick out of nowhere.
Like you could have said, can you do an impression of a player that isn't boring? Zing. That would be a lot quicker.
Yeah, I feel like a zing is not like this big long joke. He should just be called Jokebot.
Yeah.
Jokebot. Love it.
Like zings are more of I think a refined type of joke that I don't think the Zingbot really understands.
Hey, zings are multiples. You want multiple zings. You know, zing, zing, zing. You know,
it's more of it's almost like a guitar riff, right? You know.
Give it to me, Zingbot. The harsher, the better.
Yeah, she doesn't mean it. All right.
Sorry, Zingbot. I think you're the one who's actually boring.
Good one.
All right.
You
well,
got him. Wow.
Nah, you got us. All right. Well, guys, I think we can sign off for the night then. We'll be back late Sunday, it sounds like. It's after midnight. So thanks for being with us here on Super Mader Brothers Podcasting for now Friday, September 9th, 2022. May the Queen rest in peace. She went out today.
Hopefully all the jewels that she has that are taken from various colonies are returned to their respective owners.
That would be a nice thing to do. I agree, Jaemeel.
Maybe our new king, King Charles III, will bestow such generous reparations for such.
And maybe they'll give us our country.
Maybe we're all going to be set free. Maybe we'll no longer be subjects of the crown, and we'll be free men once. Not once again. Never actually.
A country of our own.
A country of our own. Maybe we can have it without them. The tyranny of the British crown.
Yeah,
we'll see. Or will King Charles III be the most tyrannical ruler in the history of the empire? I don't know.
Charles don't have good track records.
Yeah. No, they don't. All right. Well, anyway, we're signing off, guys. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you Sunday. Okay, take care, everybody. And let's go out with this.
Okay, Alyssa, Taylor, this move to take me out is Monty and Turner's move. This is going on their resume. Even if you are votes, the jury will not see this as your move. Take that away from them. Keep me in the house so I can put them on the block. Taylor, I have never put you on the block. Alyssa, I know after the leftovers blew up, you're at the bottom of this house. You need me. Brittany has leaked a lot of information this week. Everyone knows it. About a final 2 with you, a final 2 with you, a final 3 with you. She has said a lot to a lot of people. I have played this game with my cards close to my chest because I stick my neck out for the people people that I care about. I will stick my neck out for you. I will stick my neck out for you. You are 2 votes. Turner can't play in the next HOH. It can be 3-on-1, and we can take this thing to the end. Please take this opportunity to make a move for yourself.
Okay, I got to cut you off,
Do not
Michael.
give them something to put on their resume for them to keep winning comps. Because they're taking me out as a comp threat. They see you as a jury threat and you as a jury threat. You are the next 2 to go. They will take Brittany. Please keep me in this game. You need me. I will come after them.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.